What's up, guys? Welcome to Friday at Lightstyle. You're about to meet my buddy Aaron, and he and I trained together in Houston, Texas, and he's a fellow MMA fighter. Really cool dude, good ground game, good striking, good submissions, and an awesome attitude. He's just an ideal training partner, and learned a lot from him. And honestly, the interview that you're about to see was pretty early on in my interviewing process. I was still kind of nervous, getting all the ducks in a row, but part of this process is part inspiration and part education, so it's a little bit more interesting for other fighters. But essentially, if you are new to the martial arts thing, check it out and we'll talk about the takeaway. It'll be a little bit more sport specific, but either way, check out Aaron. How recently did you start your MMA journey?
Man, it's been just under 5 years, I think. I have a wrestling background, so I started when I was 9 years old.
Jeez.
So wrestled till finished high school, coached for like 6 years, and then I started striking jiu-jitsu around the same time.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, wrestling is kind of a secret superpower in the MMA world, because you get used to weight cutting, you get used to putting your body through absolute hell, and then you just add punching and submissions to it. And when I started training with Aaron, I was like, damn it, he's a wrestler, and then all of it just means it's going to be more difficult. So what was something about competing with striking that you didn't know was going to be a factor that now you know, and you want to share it with people if you had a worm?
Well, I mean, coming from a wrestling background, I was super heavy on my feet, so it took me like 2 or 3 years to actually like be halfway decent at striking. I could actually move around like a legitimate striker. So it took me several years to figure that out.
Okay, so kind of how you distribute your weight, how you move. If you guys know, on your foot, you kind of have your heels and you have the fronts of your toes. Typically, and you can correct me on this, I go toes when I'm moving. Toes like a deer, feet like a deer. And then when you're wanting to plant and dig deep and produce power, you plant your heels and dig into the ground. So heels down when you're producing power. Okay, so you have been training with this guy, Dom, who was in our previous video. Can you speak to how helpful it is to have a good training partner?
It's incredibly helpful because you can just drill relentlessly, and like you can kind of build off each other and give each other tips, and especially Domingo being like exactly, just him being the high level competitor he is, he gives me tips all the time, just helps me evolve my game. So he's been an incredible help in leveling up my entire MMA game. So
okay, so I'm gonna ask him to show me a drill that they were just doing in this class a couple minutes ago. It's an elbow drill, and I'm gonna try to walk you guys through it as we do it. You cool with that? So I'm gonna put my hand on his chest, and this happens a lot when I'm reaching out and feeling out for the rein. The second he feels my hand on his chest, the hand away, coming with the elbow, I'm gonna swing a hook. He's gonna block, he's gonna come up elbow, and then I'm gonna put this hand on his chest, whip that out, boom, elbow here, step out, boom, elbow there. Boom, pop, boom, pop, boom, boom. Awesome. Thank you so much. So you guys, take away for this one, Aaron started his martial arts career as a wrestler really early on and started to adapt it as he grew up into the sport. And I think that applies to a lot of the things we end up doing as adults. We find something that we worked on and was foundational to us as kids, and you modify it, and it makes you dangerous, makes you good at what you're doing. And Aaron's very good at what he's doing. Check him out, check out his page, watch his progress, because he's absolutely following his passion, and he's turning some heads already. So Aaron, thank you for your time. You guys have an awesome Friday.